Breaking news in the world of hip-hop. 50 Cent just stirred the pot, dragging none other than Jennifer Lopez into Diddy's legal storm, accusing her of participating in Diddy's infamous freak-offs with minors. And of course, 50 didn't come empty-handed. He's bringing some major receipts to back up his shocking claims. You all know 50 Cent doesn't mess around, especially when it comes to going after Diddy. But this time, it's not just Diddy and his crosshairs. He's coming for J.Lo too, and possibly even Ben Affleck. We all remember J.Lo's early days, right? She and Diddy were the ultimate power couple in the late 90s. But according to 50 Cent, there's a whole lot more to their relationship than meets the eye. For years, the narrative has been that J.Lo's biggest involvement with Diddy was the 1999 nightclub shooting incident that sent his then protege, Shyne, to prison. But 50 claims J.Lo was involved in Diddy's dirty dealings long after their breakup. And the accusations are more scandalous than anyone could have predicted. Now, if there's one thing we know about 50 Cent, it's that he loves exposing his enemies. And this time, he's claiming that J.Lo was a key player in Diddy's secretive and controversial lifestyle. What's even wilder? 50 Cent also claims Ben Affleck knew about it, which might explain why Ben briefly distanced himself from J.Lo before everything started crumbling.
The defendant engaged in a persistent and pervasive pattern of abuse toward women and other individuals. This abuse was at times verbal, emotional, physical, and as part of his pattern of Combs manipulated women to participate in highly orchestrated performances of activity with male commercial workers. At times, Combs and others acting at his direction made arrangements for women and commercial workers to fly to Combs' location. Combs ensured participation from the women by, among other things, obtaining and distributing them, controlling their careers, leveraging his financial support, and to cut off the same and using intimidation and violence. It also said the defendant used the Combs business, including certain employees, to carry out, facilitate, and cover up his and commercial. Those employees, including security staff, household staff, personal assistants, and high-ranking supervisors and other close associates, acted as Combs' intermediaries, and their conduct was facilitated and assisted by Combs' control of the Combs business.
But what exactly did Ben know? And was Diddy really using footage of J.Lo's alleged activities to blackmail her? Let's break down the juicy details.
Combs and other members and the associates of the Combs enterprise wielded the power and the prestige of Combs' role at the Combs business to intimidate and lure female into Combs' orbit, often under the pretense of a romantic relationship. Combs then used force and coercion to cause to engage in extended acts with male commercial workers that Combs referred to as, among other things, freak-offs. It continued. Freak-offs occurred regularly, sometimes lasted multiple days, and often involved multiple commercial workers. During freak-offs, Combs distributed a variety of controlled substances to in part to keep the victim obedient and compliant. Sometimes unbeknownst to the victims, Combs kept videos he filmed of engaging in acts with commercial workers. After freak-offs, Combs and the victims typically received IV fluids to recover from the physical exertion and use.
Because 50 has been dropping some serious bombs that you won't believe. First off, let's take it back to when J.Lo and Diddy were one of Hollywood's hottest couples. During their relationship, rumors swirled about J.Lo's deep involvement in Diddy's world, and many speculated she knew more than she let on. Their relationship had a Bonnie and Clyde vibe, with J.Lo playing the ride-or-die role. But while the public saw a glamorous couple, the streets whispered about some very shady happenings behind the scenes. One infamous incident that has always followed them is the 1999 shooting at a New York nightclub. Diddy, J.Lo, and Shyne were all there, celebrating Shyne's album release. But when a scuffle broke out with a notorious street figure named Scar, things got messy fast. According to reports, Diddy and Scar bumped into each other, and soon after, shots rang out. Diddy and J.Lo made a dramatic getaway, but they weren't slick enough. Police eventually caught them for running a red light in their haste to escape. J.Lo was an emotional wreck at the police station, crying while being handcuffed to a pole, with her mother furiously berating her in Spanish. Even back then, people knew Diddy was bad news, and J.Lo's mom was no exception. But here's where things get interesting. It turns out J.Lo may have played a much bigger role in that shooting than anyone thought. According to court documents, there were claims that J.Lo was the one who smuggled the gun into the club for Diddy. While Diddy managed to wiggle his way out of serious charges, thanks to a star-powered defense team, Shyne wasn't so lucky. He took the fall and went to prison. And while many thought that incident was the end of J.Lo's involvement with Diddy's shadier activities, 50 Cent is now saying it wasn't. Fast forward to today, and 50 Cent is making jaw-dropping accusations. According to 50, J.Lo allegedly continued to take part in Diddy's freak-off parties, even after their split. These wild, drug-fueled parties involve some questionable activities, and 50 claims that J.Lo was present for many of them. What's worse, he says there's evidence that some of her freak-off partners weren't even of legal age. And get this, 50 Cent claims he's handed over video footage to the feds that allegedly shows J.Lo engaging in inappropriate behavior with underage boys at these parties. If that wasn't enough, 50 is also dropping hints that Ben Affleck knew about J.Lo's connection to Diddy's freak-offs, and that may have played a part in their previous breakup. Word on the street is that the FBI informed Affleck about the scandalous videos of J.Lo from Diddy's parties, which is why he started to distance himself. Could this explain why Ben and J.Lo were reportedly holding hands and smiling just days after filing for divorce? Many are speculating that their public displays of affection were simply a cover-up, with Ben trying to keep himself out of the legal mess that's about to unfold. Now, let's talk about those infamous freak-offs. These parties were allegedly full of debauchery, with Diddy using his wealth and influence to manipulate young women and men into participating. According to court documents, Diddy would often provide drugs to keep attendees obedient and compliant, while filming the activities for his own twisted reasons. Afterward, participants would receive IV fluids to recover from the physical and mental toll the parties took on them. And 50 Cent is now claiming that J.Lo was not only present at these parties, but actively involved.
Is the only defendant currently. Who knows if that increases and it gets superseded with a different indictment. But currently there's only one defendant. My guess is that all of those individuals that could have been co-defendants or could have been co-conspirators or could have been involved in a RICO case have flipped on Sean Combs, and they're getting some sort of immunity.
This scandal is spiraling out of control, and 50 Cent seems determined to take Diddy and anyone associated with him down. If what 50 is saying is true, the fallout could be catastrophic for J.Lo. She's managed to keep her career and reputation squeaky clean, despite her past with Diddy. But if there's evidence linking her to these parties, it could be a game changer. And with 50 Cent involved, you know the drama isn't going to stop anytime soon. He's already teasing a documentary that promises to expose the darkest secrets of Hollywood, and you can bet Diddy and J.Lo will be front and center. So, fans have been quick to weigh in on the shocking revelations. One commented, "J.Lo dated Diddy to get her career going, and it worked. Now she's paying the price for dealing with him. Fame and fortune come at a cost." Another added, 50 Cent is always coming for Diddy, but if he has the proof, J.Lo better start running. Social media is ablaze with theories, and many are wondering how this will impact J.Lo's public image, especially if the footage 50 claims to have is real. So what's next for J.Lo? Could she be one of the people 50 Cent claims has flipped on Diddy to cut a deal with the feds? And will Ben Affleck's alleged knowledge of the situation come back to haunt him? Only time will tell, but one thing's for sure. This scandal is far from over. What do y'all think? Do you believe 50 Cent's claims about J.Lo's involvement in Diddy's freak-offs? And could Ben Affleck have known all along? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss the latest update on this wild story.